welcome to Sports Coverage Network. Here, Boogie. Got my guest Kenny here. Got the gurus here. If you have some good pointers, some good spreads tips, and get some good entertainment going on with the sports world. But first, we're gonna kick it off with the college playoffs, 12-game playoff analysis. So I want to go with Penn State and Boise State. The spread is -10.5. What you think, brother?
I think Penn State gonna bomb on Boise State, and I'm gonna tell you why. Boise State's strength is running the football, and in order to run the football on Penn State, you got to be an NFL team, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. There's no running the ball on Penn State, even with Boise State. Plus, for me, West Coast teams, they don't never show up when they play East Coast teams. It's a different style of football, and this is money time, and I'm going with the money team. So I'm gonna go with Penn State to cover that 11.
Guess what? 110% agree with you. I think Penn State going to destroy them. Boise State in that weak division, and like I said, that this 12-man playoffs is about to get exposed. We had all blowouts so far, and it's going to continue with that game. Definitely with that game. So I have no.
Plus, Penn State going to take it personal. They're going to take it personal that kid ran all over the whole country this year. They're going to make it their business to stop him, and I think that it's going to get ugly. It's definitely going to get ugly.
I agree, totally agree. And I said they got the defense for that too. He's not gonna. He could get the 40, 50 carries he wanted to get, but he's not going to get in the 150. I don't see him getting 150.
It's going to take him 35 carries to get 100 yards.
I agree. That defense is too strong for themselves. That right there, I'm going to same with you, brother. I mean,
that's linebacker you. Get ready because it's coming.
So next game, we talk about that Texas and Arizona State.
I'm looking at Texas and Arizona State. It's the same thing. Texas is the type of team, even though their offense falters sometimes, they always find a way for the defense to hold you down so you can't score. So they can cover a 20-point spread just by beating you 23-3. That covers a 20-point spread. Maybe they don't have the best offense on that particular day, which they probably will against Arizona State, because I can't really see no West Coast team stopping no blue blood Texas football team where they're going to run the ball down their throat. They're going to be too big for them. They're going to be too strong for them. I see another blowout there.
And then, like, once again, I said, because of the 12-man playoff is why they're in the playoffs, I don't think Arizona State is no match for Texas. I mean, even on a bad day, I think Texas could beat them. And I beat them pretty bad. So right there, I mean, there's no going left, going right. I'm going straight at them, and this is another blowout. Sorry to say, so we're going to keep these blowouts going for the college playoffs, which is sad, but it is what it is, man. It's what y'all want. It's what y'all got. So I'm going the same with that. Texas, it's not going to be a big game. It's not going to be a game at all. So that's, I mean, that 13, what is 13? 13 and a half?
13 and a half.
It's getting covered easy.
That's easy money.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Next game, Notre Dame and Georgia.
Now we get to the meat and potatoes.
Normally, this spread would be way too low. But because Georgia been having trouble on offense all year, and Notre Dame seem to pop up in spots and play well, I think this is going to be a defensive struggle, and I think that spread is right where it should be. I think if I could catch it at 3.5, I might be inclined to take Notre Dame. But at 2 points, I'm going to go with Georgia because it's probably going to come down to a field goal, maybe a defensive turnover or something like that is going to turn the tide of the game, and that's going to be the result. In other words, my mic went out. In other words, the team that got the ball last, they probably going to win the game.
This one, I'm going to give Notre Dame a shot because the quarterback is out. I mean, Beck, he's out for the game, so that's going to be a big detriment to the team. But if I had to still go, which I'm going to do as a gambling man that I am, I'm going to take Georgia too. I'm going to take Georgia. But this could go either way. This could be a pick 'em damn near because, like I said, with Beck out, this gave Notre Dame a lot of life. Now, when Beck was there, I say not a blowout, but it'd be like I give him
10 points.
10-point game.
Yeah.
I go with that. But being that Beck is out, it's going to be a real good game, competitive game, close game. And I see the point spread, right, where's it at?
I like the under.
The under? Yeah.
Under 47? I like it.
I take the over. That's what we go different now. I take the over in that one. I like the over at 47 for some reason.
I like the under because Georgia don't give up no points. Like, even when they're not playing good, they just like Texas. Even when they're not playing good, they're going to hold you down. So they could cover a 10-point spread by beating you 17-3.
That's true, too. But like I said, this game going to be close. So, I mean, what might save them from going over, what helped me go over, I took the over, is the overtime. So you get 3 or 4 overtimes, what you might get with this game, that 47 could get covered for us to over.
Yeah.
Now, a regular 4-quarter game, I might lose my money. But I say if I got the overtimes, which I think are gonna go to at least 2 overtimes probably, I think I'll be okay with that 47 over.
You know what? I think I want to change my mind on this one. I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go Notre Dame. I think I'm gonna go Notre Dame on the money line.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Notre Dame on the money line. I forgot that Beck wasn't playing, but you know what too? That's not really a super huge loss because the offense wasn't so strong with him anyway. They were strong against bad teams, but against good teams, they always was held up. They always was held to field goals and stuff like that. Their point total was low. I've seen Notre Dame really catch fire and blow good teams out this year. Like besides that one loss that they had to was that Northern Illinois that they lost to?
Yeah, that was.
I think they had that one loss to Northern Illinois, but they ran up against a couple of good teams and they buzzsawed them. Like they just ran right through them, like 35-13, stuff like that. Crazy.
North Illinois poked the bear with Notre Dame. They really helped them out because after that loss, they took fire. They caught one in the bottle. They took fire, and I give them. And I'm not really a big fan of Notre Dame as far as playing in that conference or independent conference, but I gotta be credit's due. They had a hell of a season. They played good ball, and like you said, they lost some good teams, good teams. So, but I'm still going with Georgia. I'm stick to my guns. I'm going with Georgia, but like I said, it's gonna be a competitive, close game. But I'm going all the way, brother.
There's going to be some hard hits in this game. Ooh,
2-3
boy.
overtime. I see it. So it's going to be a good one.
Uh-oh.
And here we go. This is going to be the good one. This is going to be the game. This is going to be the game.
Money time.
Oregon.
No way I'm taking the West Coast team to beat Ohio State twice in the same year. And for that fact, I think that this spread is too low. I think 7 points would have been better. I think they're going to blow Oregon out.
Whoa, no. Nah, no way.
I do.
Hell no.
I definitely do. I think that this is personal. I think it's personal for the head coach of Ohio State because everybody been doubting him, saying that he was on the chopping block if he didn't win a national championship. I think he come out to make a statement. I think he's not going to take the Stars out of the game. I think he's not going to take his foot off the gas. And I think eventually this game is going to wind up somewhere around 35-21, something like that. I can see. So yeah, I take Ohio State in a revenge spot in a blowout.
What I see to that is that I think Ohio State blew their load against Tennessee. I think they blew their load against Tennessee. They came out of fire. They took care of them and everything. I mean, they played good, and I expected that because the Michigan loss they lost to. So the whole world was on their shoulders and their ears, whatever, poking them. But I don't see no blowout. Hell no. I'm not going to blowout. That's number one. And number two, I think Oregon, I like Oregon. I'm taking Oregon. And I think Oregon really going to give it to them. They're going to really give it to them. I don't see a blowout. I see a competitive game, but I do not see Oregon get blown out. In fact, I see Oregon winning that game with the point spread. I money line them. I will money line Oregon. I will money line Oregon with no hesitation. I will money line Oregon. And I mean, like I said, Ohio State do have a good defense, but like I said, they might have blew that load against Tennessee. They came out.
I like Ohio State by 2 scores. But hold on, friends. We got a caller coming in. What you got for us, Lil?
You there? The caller's there?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, I hear you. How you doing? What's your name?
Yeah, what's up? My name is Q.
Okay.
What's
Q.
going on, Q?
Virginia. Yeah, what's up? I heard you guys talking about the playoffs, the college football playoffs.
Okay.
And what's interesting is what team I'm really rooting for, I think that has the best shot is Penn State. I think they have the easiest schedule in the playoffs, and I think they might be the team that could really make it.
Make it to win or make it to the final?
To win, actually. I feel like they players are going to be well rested. They haven't really had any. They played Boise State, and I don't think that's going to be competition at all. I feel like there's going to be another round one playoff game versus how it was versus SMU.
We all in agreement on that?
Yep. No debate there.
But
yeah, I feel like they definitely a sleeper.
You think they could beat Ohio State? They couldn't do it in the regular season.
I feel like especially James Franklin, he got a lot to prove. I mean,
yeah, but he can't play. He's not playing.
He doesn't win big games, and I feel like this year is making it known. A lot of even at Penn State, I hear the games and then all the crowds. They definitely let it know that I feel like it's time to win those big games, or he might get out of there.
You think they could beat Oregon also?
I feel like, I mean, it depends. It depends how beat up Oregon gets or Ohio State gets.
Well, I'm gonna tell
That's
you
a
right
good
now,
point.
those is
That's a good point. That's a
yeah,
good
but
point.
barring some catastrophic injury, those is blue bloods. All of their players going to play. Ain't nobody going to the transfer portal, no stuff like that. Those are the schools that you transfer portal to. Those are not the schools that you leave to go to a transfer portal. So all of their players are going to play. Everybody going to be there unless they hurt. And right now, ain't nobody hurt. It looked like all the money players is there and they ready to go. It's gonna be a smoker though. It's gonna be a smoker, but we got to get through this week so we can get to next week and then see what they do.
Well, they getting past Boise State. We all
Oh,
know that.
definitely.
So, but so you think Penn State can win the whole thing? Q.
I feel like they definitely a shoe in. I don't see all they got to get past is Georgia when they beat Boise State, and I feel like what you guys say, Carson Beck not playing this week, and I didn't even think he was an elite quarterback to begin with.
Myself
It,
included.
it,
I
it
agree.
depends on how well Drew Allard plays for Penn State too.
I
But
think I
whoever
think that
wins
Penn
that
State is going to
Oregon,
be. I think that Penn State is going to go as their defense goes. I think their defense can play with anybody in the country. Probably one of the top three defenses in the country. When you say Penn State, you say Georgia, and maybe Texas. You're looking at probably the top three defenses in the country. That being said, all their offenses are suspect from time to time. Ohio State seems to play down to the level of their competition. They get bored, and then they got to pull it out at the end. That's why a lot of those games be close. But I understand what you're saying, though, because from a if you had to look at it like a dark horse here, then yeah, Penn State would be my pick. If I had to pick somebody, and you gave me three teams I couldn't pick, and then Penn State was one of the ones I couldn't pick, I would take them.
I don't think
I know what you're saying.
I don't think Penn State is a dark horse. I think this got one team to worry about. Only team I think Penn State would have trouble with is Oregon. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. I don't think.
Did they play in the regular season?
Yeah, I think they beat them, but I think
It was close.
close game. Like I
Ohio
said,
State was close too, with Penn State.
no, with Oregon. Ohio State and Oregon was close game. It was
But
a good
Ohio
game.
State, when they played Penn State, was it not close? I think it was.
We gotta look that one up. I looked that one up, but should have been close. They both in the Big Ten. But like I said, anyway, only team I see that I got Penn State having trouble with is Oregon. So now that you say that, they definitely could. I don't think Georgia is like that against Penn State. I like Penn State can beat Georgia. They definitely could beat Georgia in my eyes.
Yes,
they could beat Georgia. Only team that I feel as though they have problem with is Oregon.
Defense is good, offense is better.
Yeah, so
yeah, they definitely beat
just
Georgia.
Oregon. That's my opinion. So now that you say that, they got a chance. They got a chance. They got a chance. Good.
yeah, and then the Big Ten championship game, that was a really good game between Oregon and Penn State. Really, a couple plays could have changed the game. And I feel like them being well rested and having the luck of the playing SMU and then the Boise States, I feel like they really got a good chance.
Yeah, they shouldn't get too banged up in those.
And they hung with Oregon. Gotta give them credit. They hung around. They that was a good game. They hung with them. They went blow for blow with them. Heavyweight fight. So they did stick around for the whole 4 quarters. So I mean, we'll see.
Penn State lost to Ohio State 20-13 in week 4.
Yeah.
And they better now because that defense it take a minute for them to get right. But once they get right, they stay that way.
And like I said, those two Big Ten schools right now. So the rivalry is there. Blue Bloods, as we know.
Oh, he right. Oregon was the first game. It was 45-37. That was tough. That's a one score.
I told you. It's a good game, man. I told you. It was a tough game.
And that was in Oregon. So on a neutral field, hey, you might be onto something, Q.
Yes, Penn State, I think James Franklin got a lot to prove this year. He's always been a good coach, but he hasn't took it to the next level.
But for the money, I'm taking the Ohio State University.
Nah, I'm going. Like I said, I'm going the other way. I got Oregon, but like I said, that's gonna be the game of the day. That's gonna be the game of the night.
They both begin with an O.
And that's gonna be the game of the night. That's gonna be the prime time. That's gonna be the meat and potatoes, as I keep saying. That's gonna be the one right there. So, but like I said, you got Ohio State. I'm taking Oregon. That's my money. I'm putting my money down on Oregon. And like I said, so money line Oregon.
Sidebar.
Yeah, and there's not really any. There's no really first round. There's none at all. Really, there's first round quarterbacks. So there's no really game changers to me.
Shador.
Ohio State.
Shador.
He's not in the playoffs. I wish they did put him in instead of Arizona. I feel like that would have made it better. They left a couple teams out. I think like Miami, Alabama. They would have replaced Miami with Indiana and then Alabama with SMU. The playoffs would have been. I think it would have been a lot.
I don't
better.
think so. Did you see what happened in Indiana when they got to play money time?
No,
Yeah,
he's
I feel
saying
like
that.
they got to replace.
That's what he's saying. He's saying
Oh, you said get rid of Indiana.
He's saying those teams
Yeah.
that made the base league.
Okay.
That's what he's saying.
Miami definitely should have been there. Like a first round, there's no first round quarterbacks in the playoffs. Cam Ward and Shador, I think they would have did some spectacular.
Miami suspect.
Miami, I don't know. Only thing, Miami, I don't trust them, man. And the playoffs, I think they'd have been they'd been the same level as Arizona State. Call me crazy and Boise, as far as the level of
Absolutely.
I think they probably got rocked in the playoffs.
Did you see that game against Georgia Tech? They should have lost that game 10 ways.
And to me, they had too many close games this year with teams they shouldn't have
struggled
struggled
with.
Yeah. So that got me thrown off with them. But they're not a sorry team. But like I said, this is too many close games with teams that you should blow out or manhandle. So that's the only thing about Miami. But I don't like them in the playoffs. But I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah,
Put it this way,
quarterbacks though. I love Cam Ward.
He's a monster.
Cam Ward is a monster. But you know what?
Definitely.
If you drop Miami in the middle of the SEC, Cam Ward is not a monster, and Miami don't win 5 games.
But you could also say the same about SMU. You dropped them in even the ACC. I don't even.
Oh no, if you drop them in the ACC, they'd be fine.
No, they cool. That's why they made it. They cool the ACC. They're not now.
They're not cool in the SEC.
Yeah, that's the problem.
The SEC. That's what I'm saying. That's what I meant.
But SMU not on the level of Miami though. Miami got all of the top recruits living right there in the state.
Even Alabama should have made it over SMU.
Oh, definitely. SMU, I don't know SMU.
I'm tired of seeing Alabama.
Yeah, we tired of seeing them, but I'm saying for us,
they shouldn't have made it. They lost to Vanderbilt.
SMU should have gotten over them.
Oh, Alabama?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah, because they wanted because the reason why they extended the playoff to 12 teams was because they wanted to see some new blood in the playoffs.
And look what happened.
And look what happened to Alabama in the regular season. They disappointed all year. They don't get rewarded for being disappointed.
They would not have got blown like SMU. You agree with that, Q? They would not got blown out like that.
Yeah,
that was embarrassing, man.
A L is a L by any other name.
That's true.
L is a L.
But you see, the NCAA want that money, and that right there.
SMU ain't got all 5-star recruits. Alabama do. So SMU has a built-in excuse, and Alabama don't.
But they didn't go to the playoffs.
They get smacked. In the playoffs, then.
That's what he's saying. They got smacked in the playoffs.
They shouldn't.
They lost.
They
got smacked, man.
But it's going to take them time to grow. It's going to take Colorado time to grow into that. But Alabama been there, and they've been there. They can't. When they at one point this season, they was like the number 2 or 3 team in the nation. And then they go and they lose. Did they lose to Vanderbilt?
No. I'm not arguing with that.
Oh, they lost to South Carolina.
And Vanderbilt.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah, I get that, but like I said, but it is what it is. But we see what we get now, because right now we got all blowouts in playoffs, I believe, so far, and it's not a good look so far. So
you can't be Alabama and lose to a 6-win team and expect to make the playoffs.
And you can't keep these playoff teams getting blown out. I mean, no game's competitive so far, not one game.
Well, they need to take it back to 4 teams.
What you think about that, Q? You like 12?
I feel like they need to put the best 12 teams. Really, this whole conference champs, first round bye, I feel like that's not really you can't tell me Arizona State's the top 12 team in the nation right now.
No way.
But Arizona State,
I agree.
But Arizona State is definitely one of the 2 best teams in the West. And you got to have somebody from the West. UCLA wasn't going to be it. USC wasn't going to be it. Oregon is over here now, so they couldn't be it. Washington wasn't good this year, so they couldn't have been it.
But it's not about East and West. Man, it's about the best teams in college.
12 best teams.
It's 12 best teams.
Well, I'm thinking about it in the sense of the way they do the NCAA, the basketball tournament. They try to get the best teams from each region, North, South, East, and West. So they mixed it up. You got SMU from Texas, and you got Texas from Texas, right? That's all that's from Texas. Yeah. So yeah, they tried to mix it up. They tried to make it fair. No. I think that the parity is good because once these kids see one thing about youth is that they believe what they see much more than they believe what they hear. So if Texas is a football tree. So if Texas football players see that SMU is playing on the top level, now they playing at a high level, they'll stay home and they'll play for SMU. So Texas won't get all of those recruits. Some of those recruits will go to SMU now. Some of them TCU recruits will go to SMU now, whereas before they wouldn't because they knew they would never get a chance to play on the big stage, which would bar them from getting the big money moving forward in their career.
We get all that, but we just saying right now, at this point of now, that they're not a playoff team to me. That's my opinion.
It's a small sample size.
Yeah. I think it's going to take a couple years, like 5 to 10, for a group a Group 4 conference team to make it far
and be competitive. The key word is competitive. Yeah. You can make it all day, but with the way it's set up, because when you win your conference, you make the playoffs. That's how it goes. That's why Arizona State, they won whatever that division. SMU won the SEC.
So the Power
Clemson.
Five, all of the Power Five winners, they get their number one team goes in automatically.
No, the winner of each conference. So that's why Clemson made it because they won the ACC.
You know what I'm saying? The Power Five conferences: the ACC, the SEC, the Big Ten, the West, the WAC, the Pac-10, the Pac-10. Who was the best team in the Pac? Arizona State.
Yeah,
that's why they made it. Okay, so those five are already solidified, and then they just pick. They make the other seven out of. I'm asking.
Okay, and I'm saying that's how they get the top five. Now the rest is on rankings, how you rank. So if you rank number 8, you go. You number 7, you go. Number 6, he go.
Okay.
I mean they go. Whatever the case may be. So the top 5 automatically get a bid. Then the rest is on the rankings, how you rank in the polls, and that's how they get the 12 teams. It's 5 automatics, basically, of one of the conferences, I should say. And then from there, they go from the highest ranked teams. That's why Indiana made it. You understand? Because they was number 11, number 10.
I wonder if they use a panel like the way they pick the basketball teams, where everybody get to go in a room and sit there and like have like a little war room. Because if they did, it seemed like Colorado would have been in there because Colorado was on fire at the end of the season.
They do that. That's the They do that.
I think that's the college football.
That's a committee. Yeah,
that is how they do it.
They do that.
How they did Colorado out? They've been on fire like the last 5 games.
No, because
that's crazy.
Colorado was eligible to make that.
And BYU started off on fire, and then they fell off like their last 3 games.
So
but BYU also was a surprise team because they was winning games that they wasn't supposed to win in the beginning of the season. A bunch of 2 and 3 point games where they was just pulling them out of nowhere, where they was 5 or 6 point underdogs.
Losses caught up to them too, though.
Yeah,
they wasn't
at the end of the season they fell apart.
A BYU can afford to have 3 losses and stuff. I mean, Alabama, Texas, and Georgia might get away with 2 or 3 losses now because they're playing the ACC, Blue Bloods, as we should say. But them BYUs and stuff like that, you can't have no 3 losses. You can forget it. 3 or 4 losses. It's not happening.
That's gonna be interesting. Ooh, I can't wait.
So, Q, I mean, that was a good take with Penn State. I mean, the way you broke it down, I didn't really see Penn State having a chance. But you're right. That path is easy.
He believed it too. He already made the bet.
Yeah, but that path is easy though. I mean, it's not a tough path the way he put it. Because like I said, Arizona State to get past them, that's it.
Yeah, I definitely think Penn State beats Georgia.
Yeah, it's really, if you think about it, it's a hell week for every other team but Penn State. The playoffs don't start for them till next week. Really.
Agree. We agree with that. Definitely agree with that because this gonna be like a bye week for them, in my opinion.
Georgia got Notre Dame, Ohio, and Oregon. That's gonna be a lot. There's gonna be some good games, but Penn State, nobody's gonna watch that game.
I don't know if you heard before you came on. I took Notre Dame to beat Georgia.
Oh yeah, that's an interesting take. I mean, but it's like SEC ball, but Notre Dame, they on a streak right now.
They hot.
And you know what? Talk about a coach being on the hot seat. They gave the brother the job. They was hoping that he was gonna move things forward. This is his chance because it's a weak field this year. He better get in the way fit in.
I think making the playoffs and beating and winning that game, I think that saved it.
Yeah, they beat Georgia.
Even if they get knocked out, of the playoffs. He's still gonna be there because
if he beat Georgia, he good.
Even if he don't beat Georgia, he's still gonna be there. 'Cause like I said.
I don't think they're gonna fire him, but then the fans, then the chatter come back where they say they need to join the Power 5 conference.
Notre Dame.
Because they say they play a weak schedule all year, and then they get to the playoffs and get rolled.
They're independent and they keep riding independent. But like I said, but this year they did good as an independent team. Because before they was beating some teams and they wasn't playing nobody.
They play Army and Navy in the regular season.
Yeah. And they beat Texas A&M when they supposed to have been good though too though. So that helped them out in the beginning of the season. When they supposed to have been Texas A&M was a top 5 or top 6 team. They beat A&M and they beat them in College Station, which was big.
Yeah, they beat them at home.
Yeah, so
they walked them. Oh yeah, they did.
So and that was that.
All right, what we got next?
Tomorrow's game. So we got support with the playoffs, man. College tomorrow. Tomorrow's game's gonna be good. Tomorrow's games. And speaking of BYU, guess who BYU got tomorrow?
Colorado. I'm going with Shador.
Yeah.
And Prime.
And they all playing too. Travis and Shador playing. They both playing.
Oh yeah, they playing. They playing for pops.
No one's sitting out. So who you liking that game, Q?
I have to go with my boys at Colorado. I'm a Giants fan, so I got to go with my future quarterback one.
I hope we get him. Giants fan here too. I mean, fingers crossed. Hope we do get him. So,
Nah, man, y'all got Tommy DeVito. That's what y'all got. He from Bloomfield.
Man.
He be sitting on Bloomfield Avenue with a silk sweatsuit on
Oh,
in front of the
God,
cafe.
you go, man.
The Giants got Tommy DeVito.
I don't wanna-
That's your starting quarterback,
I-
Q. You know what? I want you to come to grips with the fact that that's your starting quarterback.
Basically they got him benched him. Lock started again this week.
No, I know. Didn't he got hurt though? Did they put somebody else in? What was the other guy
I
they
know,
put in?
man, but we gonna
The other guy went to Irvington High. I met him. Yeah, he used to come to the barbershop.
God, crazy.
The other guy that they brought in went to Irvington High. I'm telling you, the Giants, boy, they got it bad this year.
Yeah, but we gonna stick. But DeVito, man, I think it's over with him because they put unlock it. So we're going back to college. So
All right, so we agree that we all like Colorado. What we got for East Carolina and NC State?
I like NC State.
NC State gonna blow them boys out. That's an in-state rivalry game. East Carolina's gonna be way too small for NC State.
I like NC State.
NC State is gonna make a statement against them boys.
NC State. I mean, we're gonna this. I take NC State. I'm gonna keep this one moving. So
Let me toss this one to Q. Iowa State and Miami. Q, what you think?
there you go.
You like Miami?
Yeah, I love Miami. They offensive coordinator, him and Cam Ward really work well together. I really would love to see Cam Ward on the Giants too. Him and Shador is definitely 1A and 1B.
Whoa.
That's why I feel like we missing those sparks in the playoffs.
I'm going to have to push back on that one, Q. I think that might be a reach. I don't think that's 1A and 1B. That might be like A and B.
What you
But
mean?
1A and 1. Shador and Cam Ward?
As far as what? Like what's your A? What's your
of
B?
course, Shador 1A.
Shador is A.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, I agree.
Shador
Definitely.
is
Okay.
definitely 1A, but I'll be fine with Cam Ward.
Shoot for the star, you
like
get the moves.
I feel like Cam Ward would be better, but Shador's ceiling is higher.
Well, we know who Malik Neighbors like. You
Well-
saw Malik Neighbors catching passes from Shador the other day on Good Morning America. So we know who he like.
They definitely going 1 and 2 in the draft. So we gonna get that answer quick. I think those two the top two quarterbacks off the board. So so Giants get either one of those because I think those, like I said, they going 1 and 2. They going 1 and 2.
Really? You feel like strongly about Cam Ward?
No, I want Shador. Yeah,
You feel like strongly that Cam Ward would be the number 2 quarterback
yeah,
off the board?
definitely. This draft, yeah. Who? You definitely. Let me know what Shador going 1. And we got if not Cam, who? I think my boy.
What about
Quinn. I like Quinn for
Quinn
Texas,
Ewers? I'm about to say Ewers.
but I like Quinn is good, but he had a lot of inconsistency this year. He was up, down, hurt. So I think he's not a scrub by far, but I think that hurt his stock as far as draft wise. So I'm sticking with
Well, Joe Burrow was up and down until that last season.
yeah. But like I said, as far as
That's what
them,
he turned into. They think he the greatest thing since Swiss cheese.
nah, Joe Burrow. But when he got there, he did his thing though. With a bum line. And he did his thing at LSU, so he earned his money. But like I said, back to Cam Ward, yeah, definitely. I think he's going to 1 or 2. But I think Shador's going 1. He's going 2. That's my opinion.
So both of you boys like Miami to cover this 4 points against Iowa State.
You know, Miami don't cover the spreads, man.
Even 4. I was about to say even 4. I was just going to say even 4. They might not cover the spread.
I said that they won the game, but as far as covering spreads, nah, you probably got a money line Miami with them punk 4 points because they don't cover spreads, man. They don't. So they're gonna win the game.
Yeah, Miami is scary. I mean, the
man,
losses
are
to
they?
Georgia Tech and Cal, there's teams they really should have beat, but you never really know with those.
Let's see, Cal is one West Coast team. At home, they're a little bit different. That's a West Coast team I can actually get with because they play like they're supposed to play. Like if they're supposed to beat you by 17, they beat you by 20. They ain't one of them teams that have like Arizona be favored by 20 points and lose the game by 3. And you be like, what happened here?
And then not just
Who didn't
that. And Cal turned it on at the end of the season. They turned it up. They
Mm-hmm.
them last 4 or 5 games, they really showed up. They showed me something. But I mean, so I got. It's going. They're looking good right now. Like they like Notre Dame a little bit. They caught the end of the season at the right time. They caught their stride at the right time, I should say. So that's my take on Cal. That's my take on Cal. Army, Louisiana Tech. Blowout.
I was in the Marine Corps, so I'm going with the Army. Yeah, I think the Army defense is going to be too strong for them boys. Louisiana Tech play a weaker schedule. That's actually not Louisiana Tech. That's the Raging Cajuns, right? That's University of Louisiana.
No, that's Louisiana Tech is
Army. Who the Raging? Oh, TCU. They play.
No. Raging Cajuns is
They play
Louisiana.
TCU. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Louisiana Tech. No, I don't think they're gonna be able to stay with Army. Army is too much of a disciplined team. Louisiana Tech, from what I remember in the 2 games I bet on them during the season, they play a lot of off schedule football. Like their quarterback is he's good at broken plays and stuff like that. I don't think that the Army don't really have too many broken plays. Everything is always in place. It's always where it's supposed to be with them. They don't make many mistakes, so they won't beat themselves. And Louisiana Tech, I think they only had 7 wins, if I'm mistaken, and a lot of them wins came on like broken plays and other teams beating them own selves, making mistakes. I don't think they're gonna have that situation with Army. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Army in the spread.
The game I think will be interested is that TCU game in Louisiana. Now in the Raging Cajuns you brought up, I think that game is gonna be a good one, and I don't think TCU covering that 10.5. I don't
Where
think
they playing that?
it's neutral. It's a bowl
I know
game.
it's neutral, but it may be somewhere in Texas. You know, neutral for them. They be cheap.
I don't care if it's in Texas. I don't think they're gonna blow them out or cover that 10.5. What about that game, Q? That TCU game? How you like that game?
I haven't really watched TCU, but I know they got a pretty decent quarterback, Josh Hoover.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I definitely got TCU winning that one. I haven't really been hearing much about Louisiana Tech.
Oh, they playing in New Mexico.
Louisiana, not Louisiana Tech.
That's close to Texas.
They playing that.
New Mexico. That's closer to Texas than it is Louisiana.
Don't even matter. I think that's gonna be a closer game than what the spread it says. TCU might pull it out, but I think that game will be closer than 10.5 if they do lose the game.
Yeah, they gonna come 10 points. That's a lot.
For
Let's
TCU.
See who the Raging Cajuns played on that level this year. Coastal Carolina, Wake Forest wasn't good. Appalachian State wasn't good. The Chanticleers wasn't good.
Like I said, they're in that conference where they're not going to play tough teams, bro. They're not going to play teams like that.
Okay, no. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to stay with TCU on this one because the one good team that they played was Marshall. They got beat 31-3. I think I'll stay with TCU on that one. I don't think they're going to, because TCU got horses. They got the big boys. They got the overflow from the kids that didn't go to Texas, the University of Texas. So they wound up at TCU and SMU and places like that. They got the overflow, but they got 5-star athletes growing on trees down there. And Louisiana, not so much. Yeah. I think I like TCU with the 10 points there.
Take a TCU on that one with 10.5.
I like that. 10 points. Circle this.
And the last one we got this Nebraska. And, I don't trust neither one of these teams, but Nebraska and Boston College. Oh my God.
What's interesting about this is, as I looked at it today, they don't have the reason why Nebraska initially a month and a half ago was favored in this game. I mean, BCU was favored in this game, and so that means I'm thinking that the kid Campanella, the quarterback for BCU, I'm thinking that he went to the transfer portal because he was having problems with the coach, and they may not have their quarterback there. And that's the reason why Nebraska jumped up to a favorite, because BCU's defense has been solid all season, and Nebraska has failed to move the ball all season.
And Nebraska been inconsistent.
So 4 points seemed like a lot, but if something happened, like somebody was going to the transfer portal or something like that, and they wasn't going to have all their players, they weren't going to be at full strength, that would explain the 4 points.
Something had to happen to me, so I believe something had to happen because, like I said, Nebraska is very inconsistent, wasn't that good this year, and that spread to be
4
BC,
points.
4 points.
Not 3, 4.
Yeah, I mean, something happened. Or BC going to sit, or they're going to sit players.
Mm-hmm. They sitting because they're going to the transfer portal.
So
they're trying to go to the big schools. So yeah, that's kind of like a toss-up. You can't really, because the one thing about betting on everything but the college football playoffs is that you can't tell who's transferring and who's going to stay at the school. With the teams that's in the playoffs, you know that they're going to play all their players. But the other teams, you can't really trust them. So that's a hard bet. That's not going to be a game I rush to the window to bet.
That's good. Like I said, only like the playoffs, I'm not for the 12-team playoff. But as far as the betting, man, I love it because, like I said, you got the weak teams that they think this is good. They're going to keep getting blown out. We're going out money. And like we said, another thing too is you're not going to rest players. That's a good point you made. You're not, when you're in the playoffs. That's one thing.
Everybody gonna play.
Everybody gonna play. So that's the real key point you brought up. I'm glad you.
For a lot of them kids, this is gonna be their last game playing football. Because there ain't really no G League for the NFL. And that's it for the regular college games tomorrow.
That's it for the college, man. That's it. And that's until the CFP championship. So that's gonna be it.
Oh, let's get to it. I'm saying it right now. Nobody don't want to see the Bengals in the playoffs. Everybody is hoping that the Bengals. I'm gonna tell you who. I'm gonna tell you the exact teams that's hoping that the Bengals lose tomorrow. The Steelers are hoping that the Bengals lose. The Chiefs are hoping that the Bengals lose. The Buffalo Bills are hoping that the Bengals lose, and the Baltimore Ravens are hoping that the Bengals lose. None of those 4 teams want to have to play this team in the first round of the playoffs because their coach job going to be on the line. There it is. I said it. What say you?
I don't know about all that. Only team I think should worry about the Bengals is KC. For some reason, they don't match up good with them. They get KC a headache. Actually beat KC quite a few times in the playoffs, or give them a run for their, well, not playoffs, but give them a run for their money, I should say. So I think the only team that worry about the Bengals probably is KC. I don't think Buffalo need to worry about them, or Baltimore, yes, but I don't think Buffalo need to worry about them. But
what you got, Q?
For the NFL, I got the Eagles. I can't lie. I feel like Saquon Barkley is the perfect addition to this team to really take them to the next level.
Even with Justin Hurts with the concussion?
Yeah, that's he's going to come back, and then Saquon Barkley's going to go off these last couple games, especially to break the record just in time for the playoffs.
he's getting 2,000.
Yeah, 2,000 is easy.
He getting 2 stacks. He getting
That's not the record, though, right? The record.
No.
Dickerson had like 23.
It'd be for the Eagles. The
Eagles record.
It'd be the Eagles record. The record is like either is it Jamal Lewis or is that
Terrell Davis?
Terrell Davis. It's not. They passed Barry already for 2,000. It's 2,000. I think it's
yeah,
Jamal.
I think Eric Dickerson has
Eric Dickerson
he
had
broke it in
2,500.
like 17.
Yeah, 2,500 yards.
So,
17 games.
so you hold up. So
You sound like a youngster. You must have read that because I know you wasn't around when it happened.
yeah, nah, I definitely did. Like I said, I'm a Giants fan, so of course I'm like, seeing what Saquon doing kind of hurts a little bit.
hurts a lot, bro.
You like
hurts a lot.
Hey, I'm a Cowboy fan. We could have had Derrick Henry. I'm with you. He got more yards than my whole team.
So you got the Eagles. You got the Eagles winning the whole thing.
I gotta make them far. I mean, I got it. They definitely playing Patrick Mahomes, but it's like I can't bet against Pat.
Smart man. I'm not doing. I never do it. That's the same thing I do with Brady. But that's with the Giants. I never bet against Brady.
Yeah,
and the playoffs and Super Bowls. Never.
He definitely get you.
Unless it was the Giants. Other than that, I'm not going. And the Mahomes the same way.
And he give you that false hope and then snatch it away at the last.
So you say you got the Eagles in the NFC coming out, or you just saying far as
it's either the Eagles definitely making it out. I don't really see
Detroit.
The Lions really beating them. I mean, it's gonna be a good game, but like I said, Saquon Barkley, he going for at least 150.
You know what I think? They call me crazy. I know they beat them twice. I think Green Bay is going to knock.
Green Bay
going to knock Detroit out. Because it's hard to beat a team 3 times.
Yeah.
The year we beat the Cowboys, one of the years, they swept us. We beat them the 3rd time. It goes up with a lot of teams. That 3rd time playing a team, it's hard to do the 3 times in an NFL level. So I think Green Bay is going to end up knocking Detroit out. I have a funny feeling that they're going to knock Detroit out. And that people's like, I know they swept them already, and I don't care about none of that. I think Detroit. I'm Green Bay. Mark my words. I got Green Bay knocking Detroit out if they play.
See, you know what? I was in agreement with that. That Green Bay was going to be the ones that get them. And then when they lost the game that was the Bucks, right? A couple of weeks ago, the Lions. They lost a couple of weeks ago to the
Bills. Right?
Buffalo. Oh yeah. And when they lost the game to Buffalo, I think that kind of grounded. I think that was the best thing that could have happened for them was for them to lose the game before going into the playoffs. I think now the Lions will be strong. And I don't think that the Eagles can play with them if they got to go to Detroit. See, I think that's a different place because it's indoors and it's so loud. I think it's just kind of like a different place. Like if the playoffs had to run through, what's Green Bay Stadium?
Lambeau Field.
If the playoffs had to run through Lambeau Field, then I would probably be on Green Bay. Running through the Eagles, I'm really not scared because that's kind of like the same thing as Lambeau Field. Like it's cold, it's going to be loud, and they used to playing like that.
The thing that's hurting the Detroit Lions for me is that defense is atrocious, man. So you got to keep going back and forth with it.
The Eagles just gave up 5 touchdown passes to a rookie.
And Detroit,
defense ain't clicking.
And Detroit defense get cooked every game basically. I mean, it's the offense that's saving them. It's that offense is bananas.
No, until everybody got hurt, Detroit defense was the top defense in the league.
Yeah, but by now they're hurt now. So right now their defense is getting cooked. They getting cooked right now. So right now we talk about right now present. So if this was early in the season, I go with you with that. But defense right now is getting cooked too much right now. So I like the Eagles beating them or Green Bay, but most likely Green Bay gonna knock them out. I don't see Detroit going Super Bowl. I don't have them. That's my pick. My pick, like I said, call me crazy. My pick right now, I like the Packers and KC in the Super Bowl.
I think the Green Bay. I think Green Bay got a better chance. But I'm gonna be honest, Q. I want you like how you said about Penn State. I'm still stuck on the Bengals. I think if the Bengals get into the playoffs, I think somebody's gonna be mad as hell. I really do.
You think that dangerous?
Because yeah, I think this dude walk in the door with 35 points. That's what I think.
No. Joe Burrow's no question. He's
I think if you can score more than 35, you can beat him. But if you can't, if they get lucky one day and play just a little bit of defense and hold you under 35,
well, Joe light your ass up, man. That's no question about that. But
he's a walking 35 points.
But
I can see Mahomes winning 12-10.
Oh no.
And still have 300 yards.
Listen. They give KC hell, man. They give KC hell. So that's no question about that. They give KC hell.
And I'm stuck on the fact that Josh Allen, I don't know none of his receivers. So I don't know who's going to show up at playoff time. Khalil Shakir, that's his takeoff. Coleman is his take the top off the defense guy. Khalil Shakir is his slot guy. Shakir just came back off injury. Kincaid just came back off injury. The only thing that he has consistent all year is James Cook and himself, and he has been phenomenal. Josh Allen has been phenomenal. Do I think he's going to be that's going to hold up in the playoffs? No, because they shrink the game, and you got to run the ball more. It's going to be colder. You're going to be going into hostile environments and everything. I don't think he's going to be able to do all of that running and stuff like he's been doing in the regular season.
So you think the Bengals can beat the Bills, not find the playoffs?
Yes, I definitely do. I think the Bengals could beat any of them teams over there and knock them out of the playoffs.
Q, you still there?
Yeah.
What you think about that?
The Bengals, I don't know. The thing with the AFC, it's like I try not to pay attention because, like I said, I already know who's going to come out. Even with Lamar, Josh, like you said, Josh Allen, I know they having good seasons, especially Lamar. He's definitely on track to win another MVP, but like I said, even if Joe Burrow does make it, I feel like he's not going to get past Josh Allen, the Lamar Jackson, or even Pat Mahomes. I feel like this is not his year.
I definitely, man. Listen, I don't know what it is, but I definitely have Baltimore come out of the AFC. I don't know. It's gonna be another disappointing year for them because I definitely had them come out of the AFC. That's number one. That's number one.
Yeah, so, but we think that every year. I really do want Lamar to get a ring, but
most definitely. But some reason I don't think it's gonna happen. But not this year.
Boog, I was right.
What?
Oh, the Buffalo game was a long time ago. Okay, then they gave up. So the Lions, they gave up 31 to Green Bay. That's a good team.
Okay.
20 to the Bears. Yeah. 6 to the Colts.
Okay.
6 to the Jaguars. They're supposed to do that. A close one on the road at the Texans, 26-23. They pulled out a game that they should have won. Then the second time they played Green Bay, they only gave up 14 to Green Bay the second time, and they gave up 14 to the. So the defense is rounding out. 29 to the Vikings is not embarrassing. The Vikings been putting up 30 on everybody too. Cleaned the Cowboys up. Lost that one to the Bucks again. Yeah, they could be had. I think I got to go with Q that everybody in the AFC can be had, including the Eagles. No, because ain't no telling how NFC because ain't no telling how Justin Hurts going to come back. Ain't no telling how he's going to come back. A concussion is tricky. They're going to run different play packages and stuff like that. All that tush push, that's going to stop because they're not trying to get him hitting his head. So they're going to have to stop that. So that takes away an element of their offense, like him running the ball and stuff like that. That's a big part of their offense. But that's what offsets Saquon running around because they run him one way and run Saquon the other way. You got to follow one of them.
But you got Saquon come out also on the fly on you. Saquon just not gonna be runner. You could pass the ball to Saquon, give him a 5-yard dump off, and go for 80 yards. He showed you that already. So that's
true. But most of the backs in the league, they should
that's a nasty weapon they added. And I mean, as a Giant fan, it hurts, but that's a nasty weapon they got so far with him. That addition.
That's definitely a generational running back, especially adding the two weapons, AJ Brown and Devonta Smith. It's unstoppable, right. And I think that loss from Washington.
The Redskins just stopped them.
So okay,
but I think that loss because they had Kenny Pickett, and I feel like that it did hurt the team. They needed to be grounded a little bit. But
it did hurt the defense. The defense gave up 5 touchdown passes.
Yeah, okay.
They couldn't score with Kenny Pickett though.
But Q, we about to close up the line real quick. Thank you so much helping us out and calling in with your expertise and good information. I mean, it was a nice time having you. What you talking about the brother Ken?
Hey, Q, you got to get your boys on a group call so we can have like 3 of y'all in here so we can have a serious debate about this. The youth against the elders.
Yeah,
Because I'm pretty sure we
definitely.
got difference of opinion, and I'm kind of interested in yours because you knew that Eric Dickerson was the lead in Russia.
Yeah.
So I know that you actually know something about football.
So Q, have a happy New Year and enjoy your football games tomorrow. And I'm gonna watch Penn State. I'm gonna think about you. Have a good one, brother.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for having me.
You got it.
Take it easy, man. Well, that went well.
Yeah, that wasn't good. Knowledgeable young man. I thought he was gonna do the college, but he has some nice information on the NFL. So
And his Super Bowl predict was the Eagles.
yeah, he got Eagles in KC. I got put mine down there. If you can remember this, I got Packers in KC.
I got the Ravens.
Ravens?
I got the Ravens
Fuckers ain't going nowhere.
and the Lions.
They're gonna keep disappointing. Like he said, I want Lamar to get a ring so bad, but that when playoff time comes,
And you got the Pack in KC.
Oh man.
Bull got the Pack in KC. So this
Yes,
is
sir.
Kenny, Q, KC. KC ain't going. Them Lucky Charms is
2
about to
months?
run out.
So 2 months we come back to that prediction.
That's right. 2 months. I'll be on my anniversary vacation watching the Super Bowl. And last year, for the record, I had a 13 pick on that day. I had 5 college games, 5 NBA basketball games. No, 6 college games basketball, 6 NBA basketball games, and I had the last game of the day. I had the 49ers. All they had to do was win the game, and they had the
Oh,
game
for
down the
13
stretch,
picks?
and they blew it. 13 picks for $3,700 on anniversary vacation for 2 weeks on my way to Belize.
Yo,
Do you know how well I would have enjoyed
been
Belize
good.
with that $3,500 back in my pocket that I spent on that trip? Man, it would have been great. And you know what? Patrick Mahomes, it's your fault. It's your fault.
Yeah, Pat.
And this year, it's time for you to pay back.
Yeah, Pat don't cover though, man. I love Pat, but when it comes to spreads, Pat don't cover. That's why I really take them with the points.
He just like Tom Brady. Just give you right there, that little bit to give you some hope and then
And the win,
snatch it.
just the win.
Snatch it right
and
away
that's
from
not,
you.
That's not our team. We in for the gambling
like
part of
teasing your kid with a lollipop.
it. Yeah, so that was a good one. So man, I mean that should be it for it. Good show.
Put a line under it. Oh, how you do it?
Good show, brother.
Appreciate you.
Thanks for coming, man.
Definitely. Oh, this was fun. We got to do this again.
Yeah, man.
Monday.
That's it.
Oh, I got to get to the L. Too late to be